So, permits. A very boring but necessary part of building a shed. As a general rule, there are two types of permits you need to consider: planning and building. And in this video, we will discuss the different aspects of each and the process that Action Steel goes through to gain these necessary permits. I'm Jason, and we understand that the permit side of things can be a little bit confusing at times, so hopefully this video helps make it a bit clearer. The simple difference between planning and building can be summed up this way. Planning is related to the property, whereas building is related to the shed. As opposed to a planning permit that is only required under certain conditions, a building permit is required for almost every shed build. So in what situations is a planning permit required? Well, there are generally three situations that trigger this. Number one, there is some sort of overlay on the property, such as an Aboriginal heritage overlay or land subject to inundation. Number two, if the location of the shed doesn't comply with the required setbacks. Or number three, the proposed use of the shed. Obviously, every property is different, and these conditions are stipulated by the government. So we are required to reach out to the local shire to request a planning advice report. This document generally states what zones and overlays affect the site and whether the proposed use or site location will require a planning permit. If the report states that a planning permit isn't required, we simply submit this advice as part of a building permit. If the planning is required, we then proceed with a planning application. This involves a report detailing how and why the development will comply with the requirements set out in the planning provisions. One of our experienced team members here will write this report in collaboration with the property owner to ensure we have accurately and sufficiently answered each planning provision required. The application is then submitted to the local shire along with the plans and other supporting documents. And this is where a fee needs to be paid, which would normally be in the vicinity of, say, $500 to $1,500. We generally pay this immediately so it doesn't delay the application, and then just simply on-charge it to you to reimburse at your convenience. From there, we follow up the shire on a regular basis and try and get the approval through in a timely manner, but we are at their mercy a bit, so it requires tact and a good deal of patience. Now for the building permit. As we mentioned earlier, this permit relates to the building itself. So this includes documents like engineering and the plans, and as we mentioned, it also includes the planning advice or the planning approval. This permit can be provided by the shire or an independent private building surveyor. And here at Action, we deal with a private building surveyor for all our building permits. The reason for this is because we have one point of contact for all permits rather than dealing with many different shires. And so we can build up a good relationship with them. We get to know their lead times and how they operate, and they get to know us and our business. Providing they have all the information required and it's accurate, we can generally expect to receive a building approval within a few days. When it comes to fees for the building permit, we will on-charge the fee from the building surveyor, and depending on the size of the contract, fees can range from $1,500 to $6,000. So that pretty much sums it up. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Thank you.